The Masai people live in the semi-arid Rift Valley region of Kenya and Tanzania. They own large herds of cattle, sheep, and goats, which they follow around seasonally in search of new grazing grounds and water sources. The Masai people live very simple and traditional lives. They have stubbornly maintained their rich and dynamic culture over hundreds of years in the face of change and adversity. Over time, the Masai have adapted to difficult changes: colonialism, war, independence, and unfriendly political agendas. Through these times, Masai have been able to keep their culture and traditional way of life intact. Cattle play an important central role to the life of the Masai. Cattle represent food and power. The more cattle a Masai has, the richer he is, and therefore the more power and influence he will have within his tribe. The Masai have many traditional dances they perform. The jumping dance is the most unusual and best known. This jumping dance is as familiar to the Western world as the red-clad and beaded Masai warriors themselves. In the Masai language, this dance competition is called a dumu. Each young man will jump as high as he can while the others stand in a circle and sing. The voices of the men get higher as the jumping increases. Masai dances are very structured and are performed for certain occasions. There are dances for celebration when a lion is killed by a warrior, a dance for the blessing of a cattle, and dances performed at wedding ceremonies. Children are much loved and the very centerpiece of the Masai society. A man without cattle is poor, but a man without children is truly poor. With smiles on their faces, some children travel for miles each day to attend school, while most children choose to board at school to reduce the time spent walking back and forth. Emmanuel Tesur has started a school called the Sarua Alu Academy in Kilgoris. Him and his family are Masai but live a more modern life, choosing not to dress in the long red traditional cloaks. The academy is a top-ranking private primary school that has been making history since its establishment in May 2008. The school currently has 350 students and 15 teachers. It is the first and only school in its area that invites and incorporates children with special needs, enforces a school-wide nonviolence policy, and encourages friendly discussions between students, staff, and school director. The children here are eager to listen, learn, and teach. They are very special indeed. At this moment, the purchase of a bus is of great priority to the school. Many educational trips have been canceled because of lack of transportation, as Emmanuel is the only person in the village with a car. A school bus would help transport the children back and forth for school holidays and breaks. It was once said that all children need is a little help, a little hope, and someone who believes in them. Dream Sponsors believes, and our team is motivated and determined to help the needy and orphan children of Kenya.